Hey, how are you going, guys? Mick here, back with another beer review. Today I'm going to review the Staves Brewing Into the Black Oatmeal Stout, 5.4% ABV, 375ml can, I should say, 1.6 litre drinks, bronze in the Sydney Royal in 2019. These guys hail out of Glebe, Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. This traditional oatmeal treads a fine line between a rich chocolate flavour and a silky smooth and dry roast character. This also has a little bit of age about it, best before 6th of the 10th, 21. Stouts don't particularly worry me when they had a bit of age about them because I think they're like a fine wine. They age in different ways. Something at 5.4% probably wouldn't push it too hard or too far past best before. Depends how it's been stored, I guess, and how it's been treated, but yeah, certainly get up into your imperials and your barrel aged. Certainly do have a few here that are sitting, under control temperature, so we are looking forward to those in the not so distant future. And some of those are the Stone and Wood Stone beers and the Crocs. Beers from, believe it or not, Moa Brewing out of New Zealand. I've seen a lot of those guys currently, and a few others there. Garage Projects, Lime Burners from blank mind again. There's a couple there from Mountain Goat, all been sitting under controlled temperature. Some very hard to get ones are still sitting there. Right time, right moment before we start to bring those out and review them. So here we go. This is the Staves Brewing Into the Black Oatmeal Stout. Whilst I was playing around in the brewery today, I came across another forgotten keg. I did actually do 4 of the Harvest Ales. The 3 only sort of made it to video. The 4th one I wasn't sure about actually releasing as a Harvest Ale because it did contain other hops, particularly a bittering edition, just to see whether we'd get much difference in those particular kegs. So this one being a little bit younger than some of those cans I've got in there from Bad Shepherd, I just thought I'll pick it up, and it's probably the freshest oatmeal stout I could find just quickly at my local, to see whether I'm actually tasting beer that is too far gone. So it is past its best before date, the Bad Shepherd, but anyway. See how this stands up against those cans I've had just recently. Aroma wise, very, very, very much the same. Colour obviously not going to change when it comes to a stout, regardless of age. You don't see a lot of oxidisation. What you see is a breakdown. More of the hops that go into it start to diminish really, really bad, and then they produce. Well, not produce, but allow more of the roasty, sort of drier, more burnt flavours to come through, and they're sort of not as masked as much, and essentially on the palate tastes a lot more dry than what it actually is. So here goes, oatmeal stouts. For some reason, don't really sit up there with the head retention. The rat's out. Grumpy rat. Yeah, he goes. Cheers. It's exactly the same, strangely, and I'd hate to say it, but the oatmeal from Bad Shepherd, it is past its best before. This has another 6 months on it before it's at its best before. I can't even tell the difference. I could probably put them side by side and blind taste and have someone switch them up. I probably wouldn't be able to tell which is which. So essentially the little experiment that I'm running with age on oatmeal stouts at a lower ABV, null and void. Doesn't exist. If anything, this has got more of that, slightly more of that raw roast bitterness. So that's probably that point of freshness. That is the difference. Probably my least favourite style of stout, the oatmeals. They have next to no mouthfeel. They're very watery and thin, and essentially that sort of don't suit my stout palate that well. But particularly, I feel like a stout on a warm day, it's going to be an oatmeal stout, or it's going to be something, you know, like a milk stout, lower ABV milk stout. It's a little bit of sweetness about it, but these do go down. They're not heavy, they're light. Like I say, mouthfeel's quite easy. Still go down quite well on a warm day. So it's a stout I feel is most suited to the warmer days, summer, spring periods of the year, but all year round. You could certainly have these any time of the year. I've had a campfire oatmeal that was a lot more smoky. I had a lot more complexity to it. Worked quite well. So, but anyway, between the two, out of date and within good 6 months within its date, can't tell the difference. Cheers.